everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Cypher2 back again, y'all, with another amazing video. Hope you guys have enjoyed the last video. Pretty much in the last video, I just talked simply over about how I think Call of Duty is trolling us. Specifically, Sledgehammer My Balls is trolling us, but now I'm going to steer the way back to the next Call of Duty that is coming out, which is Modern Warfare 2 2022 Electric Boogaloo, as I like to call it, because I already know this game is going to be trash. It's going to be shit. It's going to be a fucking piece of garbage. I already know. I've talked to a lot of insiders already. A lot of people in the insider room actually making this game, and a lot of the things in Modern Warfare 2019 are going to be exactly in this game with a couple more extra changes added. It's still going to be shit, though. But anyway, in today's video, I don't want to talk about that specifically. A lot of YouTubers already talked about that on YouTube, and also personally, I have already made a video talking about that. I've actually made 2 videos talking about that. Both of those will be at the end of the video, and also they'll probably be somewhere in the tags right about now, somewhere. Would have already happened for those 2 videos, guys. If you guys want to go check them out. Anyway, in this video though, I usually don't like to bring up YouTubers in my videos unless I like to agree or somewhat disagree with what they're saying, right? And a couple videos in the past, I've talked about Blame Truth, I've talked about 8 Thoughts, I've talked about Prestigious Key, I've talked about Nero Cinema, I have talked about Codename Pizza. I've talked to about a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers in general and other YouTubers in the gaming scene, right? Because I believe everybody is, you know, up to criticism, right? Everybody has that right? But in today's video, I really want to talk specifically about a specific YouTuber that I found the other day, about 2 weeks ago, when after I watched the MW2 review trailer, which I thought looked like shit anyway. I'll be honest with you, I didn't like it at all. It really didn't show off anything besides scenes of them looking badass. I mean, that's it. It wasn't as awesome as the Modern Warfare 2019 trailer was, but you know, it is what it is, right? It wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the worst trailer I've seen. Now, the reason why I didn't like his video is because he made a video talking about how the gamers are already pissed off on Modern Warfare 2, which, yes, a lot of gamers already are. But in the video, he was talking about how gamers are pissed off because the game is $70 and that his opinion was that he believes that the game is worth the $70 because, you know, Activision is now charging $69.99 for the game across all platforms, across Steam, Battle.net, old consoles, new consoles, and even on, you know, websites like GameStop. All that stuff is charging $69.99. I mean, which really is generally not a bad price, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. In all terms, it's not really a bad price, and that's the whole point of the video he was bringing up, that he was saying it wasn't a bad price, that it seems, you know, reasonable because you're gonna get, you know, for some people 80 hours out of the game and stuff like that, and he was bringing up, you know, that it doesn't really matter because, you know, it's not that much money and all this crazy stuff, right? That it's really supporting the developers. But I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about the insides of how purchases work on at least PlayStation that I know of. So if you guys don't know, if you purchase something off of the PlayStation Store, which most games you do purchase off the PlayStation Store nowadays, because a lot of them have extra stuff that actually makes them better to buy the digital version than the physical version, unless you like steelbook cases, stuff like that, right? Collectible stuff, right? Which is fine, right? PlayStation usually makes about 10 to 20% of the cut every time somebody makes a purchase in the PlayStation Store, regardless of what it is. It could be an indie game, it could be a big AAA game, whatever, right? They make 10 to 20% of that game's value in money sales. So already as it is, you're not really supporting developers by buying it off directly from the PlayStation Store, right? And I'm assuming it's the same way for Xbox and Steam. They have to have some sorts of ways of income of making games on these games, right? So there's already that. And also at the end of the day, most of the time, if you really want to support a gaming company, you really want to actually buy the game physically, because most of the time companies like GameStop will actually purchase in bulk these games for a lesser charge. So like they'll purchase up to 200 copies, and let's say, you know, if the game was $70, you know, charge double that by 200 of them, they'll usually get it for around the price range of around 150 of them. So at the end of the day, they're making a profit, but also you're supporting the game more because you're purchasing it from them, right? But at the end of the day, you're also supporting GameStop. So like I said, at the end of the day, you're really not supporting the developers firsthand. You got to go through at least 2 people before you support the developers, right? Which is fine. That's how economics work. That's how the economy works, right? My point whole is that I don't believe games, especially AAA games as a service, are even worth $70. Because what we saw with Battlefield 2042, as we saw with the last 3 Call of Duties, it came out like shit. Battlefield 2042 was the first one of AAA games I can recall off the top of my head that charged $70 for the game. And at the end of the day, it came out like shit. It was a piece of shit game, and it still is a piece of shit game. And I'm going to make a video talking about that in the next video. But this video is for Modern Warfare 2, right? So there's that. And also in the comment section, a lot of people also seem to agree with my opinion and disagree with Big Fry. I'll be honest with you, BigfryTV, you got a great YouTube channel. It actually really is good. I've watched a couple of your videos. I just don't agree with this video because personally, like I said, the things that you said kind of also disregard yourself in the comments, because I read a lot of the comments, and here's a couple of them that I liked. This one is made by Sog Dude, and he says, "Let me get this straight. They want me to pay $70 for the base game and pay for a battle pass, meaning instead of having a good progression with operators and weapon skins, you have to pay for more progression if you can call a battle pass progression." Okay, even if you can call a battle pass a progression, which really it isn't. And he makes a good point, right? Because if you think about it, back in the day, right, we would pay $50 for a game and then $60 for, or actually no, yeah, $50, another $50, $60, $50 actually for the DLC, right? You would pay $60 for the game and another $50 for the DLC, right? That's how it was. $59.99 for the game and then another $49.99 for the season pass, right? Which I believe the season pass needs to be brought back because let's think about it, Black Ops 2. All these games had a season pass, right? You'd get 4 DLC packs of 4 new maps and 1 extra zombies map or whatever that particular game's third mode was, right? Whatever it was, extinction, zombies, whatever. So you'd get 4 maps times 4, which is 12, which is what, 16? So you're getting 16 new maps, and most of the time there was near the end of the cycle they'd remaster in a total 3 new maps to the game, right? Which was fine. But most of the time back in the day with remasters, they would change the look of the map. So they would change how it looked, they would change the setting. So let's look at Summit. They changed it to, instead of a snowy map, they changed it into a rainy, you know, more of like a Chinese map, right? It made it look more Chinese, it made it look more modern, more everything, and it changed the whole setting from a snow setting to a nice rainy at night scene, right? Which made it really different. It still didn't make the change. Let's also think of Dig from Black Ops 2 as well. It was a map from World at War, but it was completely redone. So instead of a World War II Japanese kind of area, it was a dig site in, I think it was some sort of India or someplace like that, right? It was a completely different setting, completely looked way different, and at most times it was still a good cosmetic scene. Sometimes if you didn't know this was a remastered map, some people didn't know it was actually a new map or a reskin of a map. They thought it was a new map. But as you see in the past games of like Black Ops 4, Cold War, Modern Warfare 2019, they bring back a lot of maps exactly the same from when they first released. You know, for example, Scrapyard looks exactly the same from Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2. Whereas in Call of Duty Ghosts, they completely changed it, called it Ignition. It's still the same layout, but they added completely new change. They added a new kill streak on the map. It just made it look, different, which is nice, right? That's what they used to do for Season Pass. If you bought a Season Pass, they'd remaster maps, but they would make them look completely different, which was awesome, right? They don't do that now, which is something I hate. And also, if you think about it, most of the time you spend $20 to buy the Season Pass, right? There's 6 seasons, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, $120, almost double. Actually, it is double the price of paying for 2 season passes for around 2 new maps, maybe 3 if you're lucky maps each season. So that's what, 3, 6, 9, 12 for basically 18 new maps you're really not getting much. And even then, most of the time, the reskins of maps, or even sometimes reskins of a reskin of a map that's already in the game, just made smaller. That's been happening a lot lately. Let's get on to the next comment. The next comment is made by OX or OXU, and he says, defending the price increase on the grounds of, well, I'm a streamer, so I get my money's worth easy. Awesome, dude. 99% of people do not rely on gaming for their income, and as you said yourself, people are struggling right now. The majority of gamers have had a handful of games they play and are lucky to get more than an hour or two in at a time. The price increase is a slap in the face by a company that has repeatedly shown that profit over consumer is going to be the #1 priority. The whole tone here just comes off as out of touch. And he's completely right. I agree with him, right? That most of these gamers that say, oh, I'm going to pre-order the next game, you should pre-order it, right? Most of these Call of Duty shills who used to come back in the day, they have their wallets full, right? They're making money on their video, they're making money by the company themselves, by taking them out to events, promoting the game, stuff like that, right? So they're already making money and stuff like that. But as he says, 99% of people don't rely on video gaming as an income, including myself. I don't rely on this as an income. I really don't make any income from this, besides maybe you guys click on a couple sponsors, link in the description down below. You know, stuff like that, right? I don't really make a substantial number of income yet because I'm not that popular yet, right? Not out there yet. So I completely agree with this guy. It doesn't make sense. And also, most of the time, it's just taking away something that people rely on, right? Let's look at the next comment. Big Fry, this is made by Daniel Amberline. Big Fry, completely respect your opinion about the price point, but the AAA developer standards in the past 5 years have shown zero justification in a price increase. I have played MW 2019, Cold War, Vanguard, and Warzone mostly over the past 3 years, and the games have been getting worse and less tested with games being broken. Vanguard still sucks in multiplayer now. Know what that is, and that was because it wasn't ready to ship. I hope MW drops onto Game Pass. As surprises, but it's not going to show up on Game Pass, but he's completely right. With the past 3 Call of Duties, they've all released like shit. Even the MW 2019 didn't release as a finished product. It was mostly finished, but there's still a lot of bugs and glitches that didn't need to be in the game. Cold War released with absolutely nothing. It was completely a bug-riddled mess on release, and Vanguard literally released with absolutely nothing. No content, no nothing, and it was pretty much boring. It was the most laziest Call of Duty, and even the fucking beta was a piece of shit. It was a laggy piece of shit, and the game released even worse. So, all these people do have a point, and also, there's a lot of people who actually rely on gaming as a source of a way out of the world, right? Most men, usually men, will think of gaming as a way out of the world, you know, to distract themselves from the world. And most people who generally live a 9-to-5 job only have around 1 to 2 hours a day to play on video games. We don't need to be focusing on that because we just want to have fun with games. And the last Call of Duties has been really showing that we can't have fun anymore with SBMM, all this crazy stuff, right? So I don't believe $70 is a justifiable price, right? They should drop the price back down to $60 and maybe wait a couple years or something until they can actually prove themselves that $70 is the price point, right? Let's say if they brought this game back down to $60, prove to the whole community that this game released finished, released fun, you know, maybe took out some things like, I don't know, disbanding lobbies, something like that, make some minor changes to Call of Duty, then maybe we'll be willing to accept $70. But like everyone has said, it just has not been proven yet with a AAA franchise, you know, company franchises. But anyway, that's it for today's video, guys, because I'm running out of time in today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Please click the links down in the description below. Like I said, I don't agree with his opinion, but it is what it is, guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and, you know, all that good stuff, right? Anyway, peace out.